Friends, my name is Dina. My topic today is memory. Something interesting I learned about the brain and how it works is that it's easier to access negative memories than it is positive memories. So I asked myself, and maybe you want to ask yourself, what positive memory can you think of? What positive memory can you think of? My response, blank. Why is memory important though? Like, what do we need to ruminate for? Why do we need the past? Like, what's the deal with that? Well, if you really think about it, it's a very existential question. There's a book called Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre, and I read it for a class, but it didn't really hit me as hard as when I learned more about memories. For example, in the book, he picks up an object, but his memories are gone, and then his hope for the future, like everything is just, he's living in the absolute present. There's no future, there's no past. So without that, he's looking at this object, and it's just an object. It has no meaning associated with it. If you have no future and no past, what meaning can you associate to anything? There's so much more information about that I could share, but I won't get into that. It works the same with memory. When in the book, Nausea, what I learned was life is like a song. It has a beginning, middle, and end. You can't feel that wholeness without having those three different aspects connected. So why is the past important? The past is important so that you would feel more whole and connected. It's different than ruminating over the past. And you need to be connected to your past, even though maybe you have some bad feelings about it. And I've had some bad feelings about it, and I wanted to completely delete it because I felt terrible about it. And I just didn't want it to exist. But by doing that, when I cut off my past, I cut off my emotions. So that's why it's important, because then everything just seems meaningless if you just maybe unconsciously cut off your past or cut off your future, or it could be both. If you do that, you don't feel your emotions. Because you don't associate meaning to anything anymore, and the sense of being whole dissipates. So I think it's worth some thinking about, and I hope that you can ask that question: what positive memory can you think of? And I'll be curious to hear your answer and what you can come up with, because there's a lot of things that we take for granted, and that just maybe we had so many negative things in our lives that overshadow the positive aspects that we can't even remember anything positive. I could say that's true for myself too. Or maybe it's just an exaggeration. I would say one more I think the most positive memory that I've ever experienced was recent. And it was last year when I went scuba diving, and everybody congratulated me so many times that even a person with the most blackest heart would have felt that congratulations. So it's just something worth thinking about, and knowing that people are there, people enjoy your victory or the challenges you overcome. And it's not just about the victory, but there's a lot of trial and error, and there's a lot of pitfalls. Even in scuba diving, I had some like panic attack at one point, but I got through it. Like a little baby with a panic attack. But yeah, it's worth asking the question, what positive memory, or what's the most, if you have too many positive memories, what's the most positive memory? I don't know if, I wonder if there are some people with too many positive memories. Well, I'll be happy to hear your answers and what you thought of